Hey guys, Kevin here. As you can see, I've got a guest in today's show. This is Isa, this is mum and dad's dog, and I'm watching her today. So there's a good chance she's going to get a little bit antsy and she's going to walk around because she's due her walk soon. So we're going to take her out. Alright? Yeah. So what I'd like to do, in this video is talk about the founders of coins. I'd like to talk about the person, the man, the woman, or the person that started the cryptocurrency, the person that started the project, who most of the time, unless they've got a huge amount of money, they just hired people, which is really the case today. I would say most grow from the ground level, they're organic. I would say most of the time the people that start the project, they are coders, they are developers, and if the project started with 1, 2 or 3 people, they are normally the lead developers. Now this does sound quite mean in some ways, but what I'd like to do in this video today is talk about their perceived lack of social skills. And before I go on, I do have to clarify, I'm not trying to attack anyone, I'm just talking in generalisations here, I'm not going to name anyone. I hope this doesn't come across as mean. I mean, I misspeak a lot, especially today because I'm dehydrated. So I'm not the perfect person. I don't think anyone is. I think everyone can improve some aspect of their social skills. But it does sound like a stereotype, it does sound like a generalisation. But I was talking to someone today in Discord and we're chatting about the security of a coin, we're chatting about a few other things, and he did kind of just kind of mention, he said, yeah, a lot of coders and a lot of founders, they don't have very good social skills. And as someone who runs a YouTube cryptocurrency channel, someone who does a lot of research into any kind of videos that I do, as far as especially when I'm covering coins and news, and as someone who actually interacts with a lot of founders of coins, they will either approach me or I will approach them. I do think it is quite true in a lot of cases that they do lack a lot of social skills. And when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about attacking their character, I'm talking about lacking the social skills necessary to push their project to the next level. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to attack the people per se. I'll give you a few examples. When I'm on Discord or something, a lot of the time I'll get approached and people will say, hey, check out our new coin, check out our new website, it's a new project, it's going to be great, blah blah blah. And I check out the website and say, hey, it looks great. Why don't you come on to my YouTube channel, we'll do a Skype interview, we can chat, it can only be 5-10 minutes if you want, or if you want we can do it longer for an hour or so, we can do it live, we can do it pre-recorded, whatever suits you. And the people that actually want to do that is close to zero. They just don't want to do it. Now, obviously there's a lot of founders who are anonymous, and I've talked about this before, as far as anonymous goes, as far as someone being anonymous, I do recognise that coins like Bitcoin was started by someone who was anonymous. I do recognise there's other projects that were started by people that are anonymous, but for me as an investor, as a miner, I am leaning more towards projects where it's transparent. You can see the people that started the project, you can see the most important people. I'm not talking about the people doing kind of less important jobs and tasks. I'm talking about the main developers and the main founder and things like that. But a lot of people want to remain anonymous, so right away they don't want to do any kind of interview. But there's other people that aren't. There's other people that have many social media accounts, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook or whatever. They've got the picture on the website and they look professional, they look the part. And then you say, right, okay, let's do an interview, and they say no. And one of the reasons it's normally given to me, and it's definitely the most popular reason, is that they don't feel comfortable in front of the camera. Now, I 100% understand that. I've got friends who can do presentations at work and they're very comfortable in front of people. I don't think I could even do what they do. But some people just aren't comfortable in front of the camera, and they just aren't comfortable having their face out on YouTube. So I do appreciate that, I do understand that. But I do think that founders don't recognise the importance of getting their face out there and taking part in interviews and exposing their coin. It really does add some legitimacy to the project. It helps people put a face to the project, and by not taking part, they're kind of slowing down the progress of the project as well. What normally happens in situations like that is they will refer me to someone else in the team Normally it is their marketing guy who's responsible for the blog, for social media accounts, and annoyingly, that person normally doesn't want to do an interview as well. They say, oh, I don't want to be in front of the camera either. So from my point of view, it's very hard for me to get people on to do interviews, despite the fact that's what I'd like to do. So it is hard to get some people on to talk about their projects. Now, if a marketing guy does come on, and as I've had a few people that talked about maybe coming on and then backed out, they will always start asking a ton of questions. Well, what are we going to talk about? Are you going to ask me about this? Are you going to ask me about that? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, and I say, okay, we can talk about this, this, and this, and then they'll say, oh, well, okay, well, I'll need to check whether that's okay, whether I talk about that. And this is the problem, because really 99% of the time, for a YouTuber like myself or anyone else performing an interview, you should be interviewing the founder. You should be interviewing the person with the vision, the person who has an idea, the understanding of the whole project, of what's going on and what's going to happen, and where they see the coin going and where they're going to steer the ship. It would be the same for me for SafeCoin. SafeCoin, Jeff has been doing some interviews, but I suspect at one point someone's going to ask me to do an interview about SafeCoin. Hey, you're on YouTube, why don't you come and speak to us about SafeCoin? Now, I can talk about SafeCoin and the white paper, the website, I can talk about the project, where it's going and all that. But at the end of the day, I am not in the development team. So there's a lot of things like that I simply can't answer, and I can't speak for Jeff as far as what's going to happen with certain things. So in an interview, I'd be putting my hands up a lot and saying, well, I don't know about that, I don't know about that, I'm sorry. I don't think it makes me look like an idiot, but it certainly looks like, it's almost like you're avoiding the question. But ultimately it goes back to what I was saying. I think it carries a lot of weight when the founder takes part in video interviews themselves, when they're the person in front of the screen answering questions at the forefront, putting their face out there and saying, this is my project, this is what we're going to do. Now, that aside, there's other there's other social skills issues that I think are holding back certain projects, and a lot of it goes back to the founder. One would be management. I think the founders of a lot of coins don't have the social skills, or perhaps social skills is the wrong word, but perhaps they don't have the experience, perhaps they're too young. There is a lot to be said about getting older and having more experience and talking to people, managing people. A lot of founders don't have that experience in managing a team, and managing a team is not as easy as it looks. You have to manage a lot of different people. A lot of the time it's different countries, different languages, different cultures, different sense of humours, and you're doing it all, quite frequently you're doing it in Discord or some other kind of community where it's all text based, some kind of forum. So you're not actually interacting with people on a daily basis in real life, you're just chatting to them through a forum, and things can get misinterpreted very easily. Now that's fine, but it's hard enough doing that. But if the founder hasn't got experience in managing people, then you see a lot of problems arise. You see a lot of people within the team attacking each other. You see a lot of people in the team publicly attacking other staff members in the Discord group. You see a lot of people just throwing mud around, people leaving the team, people joining the team, people leaving the team, people joining the team again. There doesn't seem to be any long-term vision with this, and a lot of the time I think what they're doing ultimately is hiring the wrong people. They're just accepting anyone into the group. What normally happens in a new cryptocurrency is people are helping out and they're helping out with mining and they're answering questions, and they'll be asked to join the team. Now I'm not going to criticise anyone for that. That's by and large how I ended up joining the SafeCoin team, because I was hanging out in Discord a lot. But there has to be they have to recognise that there's a lot of people who contribute to the community, they answer a lot of questions, but ultimately they shouldn't be on the team, because either they don't have the experience necessary, or they don't, they can't work well with others. But we are seeing a lot of this where the founder, they aren't hiring the right people, they aren't managing their team correctly, even if they do hire the right people. And sometimes they themselves aren't working well with their own development team, where they're saying, no, don't do that, don't do that. They don't talk to them right, they don't manage them right, they just don't have the social skills necessary to get the most out of their team. Now, another thing, I think I'm seeing this time and time again as well, is that the founders of a lot of cryptocurrencies, and again this isn't an attack, but I think a lot of the time they come across as sometimes quite childish, sometimes quite vindictive, sometimes quite petty, and I think this manifests itself in a lot of different ways, but you see it a lot on social media. You see arguments on Twitter. If you follow many cryptocurrencies and you look at the Twitter account, you follow their posts every single day, and you look at what they're saying, they are constantly attacking other people, and really in this business I think you should be making connections, you should be making friends, but they are just constantly attacking rival coins, or what they consider rival coins, and they're just attacking people, and then when you go into the Discord, it's the same thing. They start throwing insults at people, they start insulting people, they start being protective about their baby. When anyone asks a question, even if that question is a legitimate question, they will start attacking someone, and they'll ban them, or they'll just, you know, they'll say, oh, stop posting FUD, and it's a dangerous route to go down. Again, I have to clarify again, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, no one here is perfect. But when I'm talking about the social skills of a founder or founders, and I think that a project with a good a project that has a founder that's a very good coder can take the project so far, 3 months, 6 months, a year. But ultimately there comes a point where it's not about coding. I mean, obviously a coin always has to have good security and coding and development and all that, but it comes a point where it becomes where marketing and public relations and connections and, you know, making contacts at conferences and all that, all of these things start to become more important as time goes by. You know, it's not like the founders of Litecoin and Ethereum and all these other coins, they're not sitting there 14 hours a day at the computer. They're going to conferences, they're on social media, they're doing interviews, they're talking to people, and ultimately, I know I keep saying that word ultimately today, I don't know why, but ultimately these kind of social skills, they might not be a big issue at the start of a project. I don't think they are. But when it comes to a certain point, when a coin has to go to that next level, when it stops being a speculative coin, when it starts being an established coin that people are like, hey, I like what these guys are doing, then that's when all these things that I've been talking about start to become an issue. When a big project, you know, and people want to invest millions, and the person who leads the project doesn't want to even speak to anyone who wants to invest, when they don't want to do interviews, when you can't manage a team properly, when they're taking part in childish insults and getting involved in arguments that they really should be just, you know, rising above, that's when it becomes a problem. Not at the start of the project, but when I'm looking at new projects, when I'm looking at, you know, in the Discord group, or, you know, and I'm looking at what the team are doing, I'm looking at how they're interacting with people, I'm looking at the person behind everything. And when you're investing in a lot of new coins, you're investing in the technology and the code and their vision, but you're also investing in the person, that they can follow through with this and they can overcome all these hurdles. So thanks for watching, guys. Isa, she's falling asleep there now. Right, I won't wake her up. I was going to get her to say goodbye. Oh, she's coming up. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, let me know what your thoughts are on this issue. I keep speaking today because I've taken my tablet and it's one of the side effects. When I'm dehydrated, I can't talk properly, unfortunately. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I think this is an interesting subject, and again, I'm not trying to attack anyone, but you have to remember that the people that are leading these projects, they have a responsibility to do certain things at certain points of the project, and lack of social skills in certain areas at one point can become a major hindrance. That's the way that I look at it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.